Let's talk about flexibility secrets today. After conducting a massive research and testing on my students, I found 3 best exercises for hip flexibility that actually works on a hip mobility in a tight hips release. So if you're interested to know, let's get started. The first flexibility secret for tight hips that I found is just a really simple exercise. So you put your feet on the floor, separate them a little bit on the width of your hips, and the weight of your body go to your hands, and from here you just go from right to left, from right and to left. This simple exercise really helps with the hip mobility. And maybe you can even touch with the knee the ground. The next version of this exercise, when you move the weight of your body in the front, your hands up, and you do the same exercise without the help of your hands. Feel the difference. This is getting quite intense. And now let's pass to the next variation of this exercise, when you move to one side and from here slowly go down until where it's possible to you. Feel the difference. This is a great hip opener exercise. And another side. The second flexibility secret is this hip mobility exercise that actually is Malasana or Yogic squat. What you need to do here is to separate your feet on the width of the mat, or maybe a little bit less. In my case, I do so because I have a pain in my knee when I separate my feet a little bit too much. This is just anatomic thing, nothing to do with it. And my feet are at 45 degrees. From here, your back is really straight and you roll back your shoulders. And if you see that your heels are not touching the ground and you're more or less here, or your back is really rounded, you can always place something underneath your heels. That can be a book, that can be a yoga block, that can be even a roll towel. So what are we going to do here is just to place our hands in front of our chest and gently push our hips with our elbows. And just try to stay here for a couple of more breaths. Gaze forward, drop your shoulders. And the second variation of this exercise is to place your hands on the floor and try to put your knee to the floor and back. Touch the floor with your knee and come back. And just feel the difference between the passive stretching and this dynamic stretching exercise. So this is always a great idea to do passive stretches as well as dynamic stretches. This is one of the flexibility secrets people normally don't know. The third flexibility secret exercise is the most difficult one, so we're starting with this Malasana pose, but we're opening our hip even more, stretching the left leg. Here again, if your heels are not touching the ground, you can put something underneath them. I would ask you, try not to curve your back here, but to keep it straight. Place your hands in front of your chest, or if not, you can place them on the floor. That's actually also a great idea. And just stay here. This is a passive stretching. And from here, we're going to change the weight of our body to a left leg. Great. And stay here. Again, try to keep your shoulders low and your back straight. Stay here for a couple of more breathings, and then just proceed with going and changing your weight to right leg and the left one. You can place your hands on the floor, or if you can, maybe you can try to do this exercise without your hands. By the way, if you want a full flexibility practice, do this video. So that was it. Today I presented to you flexibility secrets, the 3 best flexibility exercises that really work if you do them on a regular basis.